Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just a bunch of different DC news. It actually goes over a decent handful of things. It's not a lot, but a decent amount. It's sort of like the stuff that's happened over the past week, roughly, give or take a couple of days. But let's not waste any more time. Let's just get into it. But of course, throughout the video, let me know your opinions in the comment section down below and all this stuff. If you have any thoughts that differ from mine or just want to give your opinion, let me know. And if you want to chuck a like on the video, why not? Takes 2 seconds. So yeah, without any further ado, is that even how you say it? I'm not too sure. But anyway, the first thing is some stuff about the Batman part. Is it called part 2 or just, I think it's the Batman. No, it wouldn't be called part 2. Or is it? I don't know. The Batman 2, whatever it's called. And this actually revolves around James Gunn debunking some stuff. So yes, James Gunn isn't a part of really the overall massive development of this film. That's on the Matt Reeves side. He's directing it. He's co-writing it, I would assume. I think the same guy who co-wrote it as well is coming back for the second one from the first one. So they're the ones doing it, and they're producing it and everything like that. Just James Gunn sort of knows what's going on, knows what's going to happen in the film, at least for the most part. There might be a twist or something that he finds out when he watches it for the first time. But you know, he knows sort of roughly what's happening with the film. And there was this report from Daniel RPK, who's been putting out a lot of stuff lately, and I always say when sources start to spew out too much, that's when you start to put a big question mark on them, and there's been a lot of stuff coming from him, so I think he might just be trying to feed his, I think it's a Patreon, I think it's a Patreon he does, so maybe that is, fair enough if that's the case, you gotta do what you gotta do, but James Gunn has responded to this one, he's debunked this report. So apparently, based off this report, Daniel RPK said Professor Pig and Scarecrow are set to join Clayface, Hush, and Dick Grayson in The Batman Part 2 or The Batman 2, whichever it's called, with James Gunn saying, nope, totally made up. You know, so he's debunking it. Now, the big question around this is he debunking the Professor Pig and Scarecrow being the ones to join, or is he debunking all of it? Is he debunking Professor Pig, Scarecrow, Clayface, Hush, and Dick Grayson, all 5? Or is he just debunking the fact that Professor Pig and Scarecrow are joining? I've said this before, James Gunn is very, whether you want to use the term smart or just clever in regards to how he responds to this type of stuff. He doesn't necessarily name, no, Professor Pig's not showing up, or no, Scarecrow's not showing up. He just says, nope, totally made up, no other context given. So now we just have to guess, what's he referring to, all of it or just 2 of them? Because the thing with the Batman Part 2 is that we know that Catwoman is coming back, the Penguin's coming back, and I think the Riddler's coming back, and also they set up the Joker at the end of the first movie. So if they all come back, do we really expect all these characters to be there? Like, fair enough, 1, maybe 2 of them, but all of those? It seems like too much. It seems like way too much. Then again, we don't know necessarily where the Batman 2 is going to be set, everything like that, but even that just seems too much from what we already know is going to be happening in this sequel. So you seem to go along with what James Gunn is saying, that at least Professor Pig and Scarecrow aren't joining, or all of those, 5 characters aren't joining, but it's a wait and see. The Batman 2 isn't coming out till, is it 2025? I think it films 2024. Regardless, we're waiting at least a year and a half, 2 years or something to get this film, so we'll find out then, I guess, but that's a wait and see. Now, the next thing is regarding something that James Gunn will be involved in. This is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Now, this is coming from DCU leaks. One of their things, they've sort of spread out this information in regards to what's happening with Supergirl and how it potentially connects to Superman Legacy. So this is what DCEU Leaks is saying. It goes, or they are saying, although we reported that casting would be finalized by a director for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, we've now heard that this is not the case. Gunn, or James Gunn, will cast Supergirl. Kara Zor-El has been described as humorous with punk rock edginess to her, overall having a toughness to her due to witnessing the death of Krypton as a child. Crypto, the super dog, will indeed be in the film as well as the greater DCU, and they are looking to start filming in the second half of 2024, so this will likely be one of the next films after Superman Legacy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the next film, but one of the first 2, maybe 3 movies following Superman Legacy, because we don't know how far Batman Brave and the Bold is in regards to development behind the scenes, as well as maybe something like, I don't know, Swamp Thing or whatever in these other, some of these other movies that are being developed. So we don't know necessarily how far they're in production, but based off this, Supergirl would be in that first handful after Superman Legacy. Now, we talked about this before, and I'm sure other people have talked about it, where it just made sense that whoever directed Supergirl would cast Supergirl if that was the first project the character showed up in. But it's being rumored, and it sort of goes along with the fact that James Gunn will cast the character, that she will appear in Superman Legacy, whether it's a cameo, though James Gunn has said that roles aren't going to be cameos for him, but that's a wait and see, you never know. So it sort of makes sense that he would cast the character if she's going to be in Superman Legacy, though I would prefer if the director for the movie cast the character, but then again, they might search for directors after they've cast the character and then find the right director to work with that actress, if that makes sense. So that could be how it works out. Another James Gunn related thing, which is something that's sort of shifted. This is, I guess, one of the things that shifted now because we thought it was going to be coming out earlier than what has now been the case, and that's around Creature Commando. So James Gunn has said, and this was in response to someone, he said like Creature Commandos 2024, blah, blah, blah. And someone said, are we talking early or late 2024? And James Gunn said later. So that doesn't necessarily mean November, December, October, but just later into the year. So you might be waiting until June, July, maybe, to get, what is it called? Creature Commandos, where before we thought we're getting in like the first half of the year. But at least here he's saying later than early. So I would say early is the first 3, maybe 4 months of the year. So definitely don't expect it from January to April. We know that the voice recording is done for this thing, but the animation would still be done, that would still be getting done. And also there might just be things where, you know, like reshoots or re-recordings, maybe for things they wanted to add or take away or just replace or whatever it is. I don't know if that, like, how many people are ridiculously excited for Creature Commandos. It's more just like an intrigue thing or an interest thing. Like, okay, this will give us the flavor, I guess, or the first little appetizer as to what James Gunn has going for him, or has planned for the DCU. Though you could argue that Peacemaker is sort of the general tone, I guess you could say, or the I don't know which way, like an example of it. But Creature Commandos, a lot of people are expecting to be the example, though I would say Superman Legacy will be that, but some would say Creature Commandos, but that might just be a, like, being impatient and saying, no, it's Creature Commandos because I don't have to wait as long for it. So I think it's Superman Legacy where you get your first proper taste, but some would say Creature Commandos. Maybe I treat it as like an appetizer or an entree, and then Superman Legacy is your first main course. That's how you judge the restaurant. And there is one little, like, other piece of Superman Legacy info that's come out, or at least just been discussed. I don't think it's that big of a thing because it's like a tiny little shift. And this was coming from Collider. So we've known for a while that Superman Legacy is going to be starting filming in March, but a lot of it was like really early March, like first week of March and stuff like that. But Collider is coming out and saying that Superman Legacy is actually going to be starting like a couple of weeks after the set release date that was out there, or like that first week of March, and it's roughly starting in the middle of March. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's still March. Like, I don't think it really matters, but it was enough to make people chatter. Oh, does that mean there's something wrong? It's probably just where things are now laid. Like, I don't think it's that much of an issue, but it made the news cycle, I guess. So I guess it's worth mentioning. And the final thing, Superman Legacy related in this video, is actually regarding the suit. And this is sort of going on with something that James Gunn had said previously. And this is that the Superman Legacy suit will not be revealed before they start filming. Now, he'd said this before, but it was like nothing concrete. And it was also like about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, roughly. Now, it just means that it won't be revealed before filming, but if they do public shoots, which sounds like will be the case in Atlanta, the suit's going to leak. So once they start filming and they're doing some stuff in studio and stuff, and then they're about to do their first public shoot, maybe they release a proper studio shot, but then again, maybe they don't care about set photos because it's just a suit. Like, it's a Superman suit. It's going to be interesting to see what it is. Will it have the red tights? What's it going to have? What's the logo going to look like? But I don't know. Maybe that's the way to, like, you see so many things go viral. Like, Deadpool 3's been trending so much because all those set photos, and only like one of the little things has been a spoiler. The rest has just been fun to look at and just go, wow, I can't wait to see this movie. So maybe that's what they'll do with Superman Legacy, not reveal anything legit and just let set photos do the job. Obviously, if it makes something look unflattering, like if it makes the suit look crap, then maybe reveal an official shot, but I mean, it probably won't. They're making a legit suit, it's not going to be something CGI, so I think they'll be fine. Now, the next thing, or the second last thing to talk about, is actually some stuff about, which once again also involves James Gunn, but it's about Jason Momoa and Lobo. So I feel like this horse has been beaten, not dead, but God, the horse is struggling at the moment. But this is Natalia Safran, who's the wife of Peter Safran, who's the co-head of DC Studios alongside James Gunn, who like never gets mentioned. But anyway, she teased Jason Momoa being Lobo sort of by replying to someone's Instagram thing, which you can see on screen right now. But Gunn also liked some artwork on Instagram of Jason Momoa, sorry, as Lobo. Now, the thing is, Jason Momoa has said in some interviews, or at least one interview specifically, saying, yo, I haven't been offered the job. I'd love to do it. It would be awesome. It's about like my dream thing, but I haven't been offered it. I think he has. I think he's probably accepted it. I think he is playing Lobo. But what I think is going to happen is that we just had a movie called Aquaman 2 or Aquaman The Lost Kingdom come out where Jason Momoa is Aquaman. I think they're going to let Aquaman 2 finish its theater run, whenever that is. It's the end of the year and like beginning of the year, so usually get longer theater runs. Like Aquaman, the first Aquaman ran for a bit, so I'd expect this second Aquaman to run longer than a normal movie just because of the time of the year and nothing else is coming out to compete. But I think once that ends its theater run, expect the casting. Expect the casting announcement. Like, it might not come out like day of it ends its theater run, but like I reckon I want to say by March, just once Aquaman's just out of the system. But then again, they could just leave it until Comic-Con. Like once you get to March, April, you've only got a couple of months until Comic-Con. So unless it leaks, you can just hold on to it. And unless it's like a legit leak, like actually someone's got like a proper scoop on it. I don't know. It probably just depends on the circumstances around it, but I think he's 100% playing Lobo. I think it'd be weird if they cast anyone else. I think everyone just expects him to play it now, so it'd just be weird if they didn't cast him. So I think it's a matter of when they announce it, not if. And the final thing is just some new Joker 2 images. Todd Phillips uploaded these. Looks fine. Joker 2's not out until the end of next year, so it's about 9 months. So it's October. 10 months? Whatever it is. I can't count off the top of my head. I like the first Joker. I know it's a bit like, I feel like over time people just started to hate it more, but that always happens with movies. I mean, people are trying to say that like Infinity War is a bad movie. I saw that the other day. I think the tweet had like 4,000 likes. It was like 4,000 idiots. What are they doing? Anyway, people just try to say things are bad after time. Like I saw like another thing for like, I think it was like Wonder Woman as well. Just trying to like deconstruct it. I'm like, walk outside, please. Walk outside, take a breath of fresh air. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and it shows support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts and everything went over. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.